What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today we're going to be talking about how the Orlando Magic are letting a monster off the leash, and we're going to jump right into the video. Not a monster that we're going to be talking about today that is in possession of the Orlando Magic is none other than Bol Bol, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bunch of Bol Bol fans that are happy about his new opportunity. And let me tell you guys, Bol Bol has one of the biggest fan bases in the NBA. There's a lot of guys out there that love him, and if we look back at Bol Bol back to 2019, this guy was an elite talent. He was projected to be a top 3 to 10 pick, but unfortunately, due to a back injury, he fell all the way to the second round, and he was the 44th overall pick. And I find that crazy because just off his size alone, he is 7'2", which is a great NBA height. I feel like at 7'2", that's not too tall, and it's a great size for protecting the rim. And even better, he had a 7'8" wingspan. And then what made that crazy was that Bol Bol, he had the size of an NBA center, but he had guard skills. He could put the ball on the floor. He was pulling up from the three-point line, pulling up from the mid-range, and he was getting to the rim. And it was kind of like something we were saying with Victor Wembanyama, big guy with guard skills. But anyways, Bol Bol was selected by the Miami Heat with the 44th overall pick, and then his draft rights was traded to the Denver Nuggets. Now, in Denver, they had Nikola Jokic, who plays the same position as Bol Bol, so it was some competition there. And eventually, Mike Malone, he never really made Bol Bol a part of that rotation. We would see spurts of him. We would see him in the Summer League. We would see him in the G League, and he would get in some NBA games, and we'd be like, man, this guy has some potential. So after playing those years in Denver, he basically gets out of jail. They start shopping him. They start trying to trade him, and I'm so upset about this. The Detroit Pistons, they acquired Bol Bol in the trade. I'm like, yes, we're a rebuilding team. We're definitely going to use a young player who has potential like Bol Bol. And then a couple of days later, or maybe it was a couple of hours, I don't remember, but it happened so quickly. His physical did not go through. He didn't pass his physical, so the trade got reversed, and he went back to the Denver Nuggets, and then later he was traded to the Orlando Magic, and now that's where he is today, and this is where he's getting his new opportunity. So we look back at the last NBA season. Remember, we established that he was originally traded to the Detroit Pistons. Breaks my heart we couldn't keep him, but he had a foot injury when taking his injury, so the trade got reversed. And then later at the NBA trade deadline, he was dealt to the Boston Celtics, and then the Celtics flipped it and traded him to the Orlando Magic. Now, for Bol Bol, on an individual level, this is a dream-like scenario for him, because if we look at the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics, these are two teams over the last 3 or 4 years, they've been competing for an NBA championship. So when it comes to their rotation, they want guys with veteran presence out there on the court to help them achieve that goal. So it makes sense for Bol Bol, now that he's going to the Orlando Magic. This is a young, developing team, still trying to figure out their identity, figure out their rotation. So it's an open competition right now. So Bol Bol, he gets to go there. A great situation, because the Orlando Magic this year, they just got the #1 overall pick that turned into Paolo Banchero. So they got some special things going in Orlando right now. So Bol Bol, he gets to the Orlando Magic. We see the preseason, and he's a part of the rotation. He comes out with the second unit, and he plays some very solid basketball out in the preseason. He's playing hard, running the floor, playing defense, and I think he's out to prove to everyone why he deserved to have a permanent rotation spot. And this is the whole thing with Bol Bol's fan base. They never understand, why are we not playing a guy that's 7'2", that can do everything on the offensive side of the ball and protect the rim. And so far with the Orlando Magic, I think Bol Bol, with the amount of minutes that he's been playing, his production has been great. Now, right now, the Orlando Magic have played 7 games on the season. The first 6 games, Bol Bol has came off the bench, and their most previous game against the Dallas Mavericks, he got his first start with the team, and he played well. Now, his stats on the season, he's putting up 11 points per game, 7 rebounds, and he's putting up 2.5 blocks. Now, mind you, all of this, the majority of this is while he's coming off the bench, and he's not really playing high minutes. So I think that's amazing production. And we look at his first start with the Orlando Magic, in just 30 minutes of playing time, he put up 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, and he also did this while shooting 70% from the field. Now, what I love about what I'm seeing from Bol Bol is that he's doing this within the offense. And the Orlando Magic, if you're watching these guys play, they're not drawing up any plays for Bol Bol. He's just working hard and putting himself in the right spot at the right time. He's going up and getting it off the offensive glass for putbacks. He's catching lobs. He's standing in the dunker position. So I just love what I'm seeing from Bol Bol, and this is the right way how to earn your spot, how to earn more touches in the NBA. The harder you work, the more guys are going to notice you. So he's doing the right thing on offense. And then on defense, it felt like watching that Dallas Mavericks game, he was everywhere, and I love playing him alongside Wendell Carter because it kind of allows Bol Bol to play that free safety position, because he's not going to be guarding the guy that's banging down low in the post. And not to say that Bol Bol can't do that, but it just makes it just makes more sense for Wendell Carter to do that instead of Bol Bol, just because he's a little bit heavier and he's a little stronger. So with Wendell Carter out there with him, he's able to play that free safety position, and he's able to come over and help. And he's an elite shot blocker. And then also, he even blocked Luka Doncic's jump shot last night. So I thought the way he was playing on the defensive side of the ball was very impressive. And there's some other moments this season where Bol Bol just showed how skilled of a basketball player he is. And this is where we're going to talk about his height once again. 7'2". I saw a couple of times where he's caught the ball off the defensive glass. He's taking it coast to coast. He's hitting guys with crossovers and behind the backs, and he's getting all the way to the rim. And that is just crazy for a big guy to do. If any other guy, you see another 7'2" guy coming up the court, you're going to immediately gonna try and come and steal the ball. But Bol Bol, he's skilled enough to keep that ball protected and get all the way to the cup. So just things like that just shows where Bol Bol shows where he has that crazy potential. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Bol Bol. And not only is this great for him as an individual, but I think this could get really great for the Orlando Magic. So we talk about this on the channel all the time, about how the Orlando Magic, one day we're just going to see them throw out a lineup and everyone is going to be 6'10" or taller. And last night against the Dallas Mavericks, we saw them get closer to that, with Cole Anthony being out once again, Markelle Fultz still being out, Jalen Suggs was also out. They decided to try something new, and they threw Bol Bol into that starting lineup, and I thought it looked pretty good. They came out the gates on fire. That lineup did a great job to start the first quarter. I honestly thought they were about to blow out the Dallas Mavericks, but they couldn't hold on and they let it slip away. But nonetheless, that starting five was looking great. Now, something I would love for the Orlando Magic to try, or the lineup I would love to see when they put out those guys and everybody is going to be 6'10" or up, I would take out Terrence Ross, and I would love to see a lineup of Jonathan Isaac, Paolo Banchero, Bol Bol, Wendell Carter, and Franz Wagner, just to see how that's going to work. I think offensively, I think they're going to be fine. They have some guys who can run the offense. Franz Wagner has been playing a lot more point guard or point forward this season. He's been orchestrating a lot. Paolo Banchero, he can run the offense. You can play through Wendell Carter in the post. And Bol Bol, he has some skills to put the ball on the floor and attack. I'm not going to say he can run the offense, because I haven't seen that from him yet. So I think they'll be fine on the offensive side of the ball. And the same thing defensively. Now, Jonathan Isaac, he's going to be your defensive stopper, but he hasn't played basketball since 2020. We're about to go into 2023, so that is a lot of rust to knock off. But the bright side with Jonathan Isaac, he's only 24 years of age, so he can get a lot of his athleticism back. I just think it's going to take some time. And then you have the rim protector with Bol Bol, and then Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. Those guys are athletic enough to guard multiple positions, and I think Wendell Carter, he'll be the guy guarding the low post. He'll be guarding the strongest player on the court. So I think this lineup will work out defensively. I'm really worried about who's going to get guys their shots on the offensive side of the ball. But Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, they've been looking good as playmakers. So I would love to see this lineup from the Orlando Magic. So with Bol Bol, I think right now the most important thing for him is to be consistent, for him to keep playing hard like he has been, running the floor, crashing the offensive rebounds, and blocking shots. And then everything else is going to become a lot easier for him. And then he just has to stay healthy, keep his health well, and stay out on the court. And I think he can become a star in this league. So Bol Bol, he is officially off the leash. He is an official member of an NBA rotation, and I think his fan base is going to be so happy for him. But that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.